The question I'm asked most often after a show is some variation of, Dave, how did you figure out you could throw an olive in the air and catch it on a toothpick? It was a story that I kept to myself and a handful of my friends for a long time. I was riding a tall unicycle indoors, and of course I hit my head on a ceiling fixture. From that moment on, I lost virtually all of the coordination in my right arm. So I had to reinvent myself. Instead of being a conventional juggler and, for example, juggling 5 balls, I began rolling a billiard ball around my head. And I knew I was onto something. Why is it people never try to impress their family and friends by juggling plastic grocery sacks? Here's why that is. Whoops, almost missed. But the story really resonates with people, and next thing I know, I'm telling the story to organizations all around the country. My right arm just wasn't receiving the signals that my brain was sending it. I could no longer make the underhand throwing motion with my right arm that one associates with conventional juggling. Once balanced on my face, it will vanish into thin air. It's gone. Remember, one neurologist told me that the way the problem manifests itself, it's actually quite subtle, and that if I weren't a juggler, I probably wouldn't even notice it. Well, isn't that a fine consolation? If you weren't a neurologist, I probably wouldn't be paying you, and we could do this all day. Well, after my injury, the first thing I did was to feel sorry for myself. And I asked myself the question a lot of people ask themselves in that situation, and that is, why me? And so then it dawned on me what a fool I had been. I stopped asking why me, and I started getting busy. My only advice is that it's a good idea to ask yourself, am I going to be all in on this? Because if you pursue it like a prenuptial agreement where you're preparing for failure and success at the same time, you are not going to be as successful as if you decide, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how far I can take this. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't have to ask, what am I going to do with my life? I have to ask how I'm going to do it, but that's a much easier question.
Time is going to take so much away, but there's a way that time can offer you a trade. Time is going to take so much away, but there's a way that time can offer you a trade. You got to do something that you can get nicer at. You gotta do something that you can get wiser at. You'd better do something that you can get better at, because that's the only thing that time will leave you.
One of the nice things about these new things I started performing is that I didn't have to get it right the first time. How does it go? How does it go? How does it go? I'll get that right. Now, if what you've seen me do thus far hasn't exactly been your cup of tea, I can assure you that what I'm going to do right now isn't even a beverage.